We all have things that we love, gifts from our childhood, hand-me-downs, and treasures that have real meaning. But quite often, we just don't know what to do with them.
They're not really useful to me in any way as they are now, but equally I can't let them go.
They lie neglected in cupboards, lofts, and garages.
It's kind of just taking up a lot of space.
Not good enough to use, but too precious to lose.
I'm just not creative or talented enough to do anything with it myself.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah.
Our specialist team of remakers each have a particular skill.
Well, what I'd love to do with your car is turn it into a giant feather.
Okay. And are ready to reimagine and transform.
I can imagine this would be someone's nightmare, seeing their wedding dress being ripped up.
I think it's going to work.
It's going to become something beautiful again.
I am really excited to see what you've done with it. Wow!
Oh, wow.
It's really lovely.
This is so pretty. This is really pretty.
That is seriously impressive. Takes my breath away.
Welcome to Saved and Remade. First into the workshop today is Kay from Hyde, near Manchester, with a piece of furniture packed with memories. Hi, Alex.
Hello, how you doing?
This is Kay. And Kay, you have a lovely chair. Tell us about it.
This was my granddad's chair, and we brought it to my mum's when my gran went into a home. But it's a little bit in the way at the moment. It's the chair where you sit when there's nowhere else to sit.
OK, yeah. So tell me about your family.
We're all Mancunians.
OK.
Proud, yes. Proud Mancunians. My granddad's side of the family were from Ireland. My granddad was a really lovely, gentle character. Always sat there with his pipe, with his dog.
And everyone would work around him?
Yeah, yeah. He's still sat there now.
Yeah, is that how you feel?
Yeah.
It's amazing what, what memories things like this evoke and hold to us. The fact that you can vision your granddad sat there right now.
Yeah.
What do you love about the chair? What features?
I love the feet and I love the beading, but the feet just have character of themselves.
Alex, what are your first thoughts about the chair?
Well, I absolutely love these. This is a particularly good one. It was made in High Wycombe. These are fantastic pieces of furniture made by one of the best mid-century furniture manufacturers that Britain produced. So, yeah, getting to turn it into something that takes on a new life and has new meaning to your family is exactly why I turn up to work.
Okay, your granddad had good taste.
Definitely, yeah.
What I'm thinking about is transforming it into an Ottoman footstool.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of maybe taking the arms and putting them at the back, keeping the cabriole legs, as they're known, or Queen Anne style leg on the front.
I didn't know
there.
that's what they were called.
Yeah,
Education.
And if we made the top open, you could actually use a bit of storage inside. Right. So essentially we could turn it into a seat for when you need it to be a seat,
Yeah.
A footstool when you just want a footstool, and then obviously a storage device.
So the character of the chair still stays then, doesn't it? Yeah.
Very much keeping the studs and then lighten the colour.
Will you be changing the fabric?
Absolutely. I think perhaps we could look at taking a few elements from the background of your family and maybe bring that together and come up with something that's sort of personal to your family.
Exciting.
Is that what you had in mind?
The good idea is that it's a bit smaller because obviously at the moment it takes up quite a lot of room. As long as you're not turning it into a shelf, I don't mind.
We would never let that happen, would we?
No.
To transform Kay's armchair into a stylish Ottoman, master upholsterer Alex's first job
It's really good solid hardwood in there.
is to remove the old fabric.
It's really good to have a small portfolio of different tools. This is a standard staple remover. It's a two-prong staple remover, and what it's really designed for is some strategic extraction of the fixings. Certain ones, like a pair of carpenter's pinchers, or obviously they're called carpenter's pinchers because they're usually used by carpenters. So obviously we do borrow a lot of different tools from different crafts. The trick with sanding is to work through the grade. So I've used a coarse grade. On the back there's usually a code, and the code denotes how coarse the material is. So the easiest way to remember it is the larger the number on the back of your sandpaper, the finer the grit or grade of the paper.
While Alex finishes off the work on the wooden parts of the Ottoman, I'm waiting on a very important delivery, a replica Royal Mail postbox from Charu. It was bought for her wedding day to uphold a tradition from her native Taiwan, where people post gifts and money to the happy couple.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Fantastic.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. This is Lee and Titch.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Right, tell us about your postbox.
So we have this postbox for our wedding, and we were looking at a box to try to put everything in, and we find it's really difficult to find one that looks nice.
Yeah.
And also in Taiwan, where I come from originally, red is always a color for wedding. So we thought, what a nice combination for that. And also, we both like Royal Mail a lot.
What do you like about the Royal Mail?
They're very good. I know, like, they're usually very punctual on time. The postmen are very nice and cheeky sometimes, knocking on your door. So we really do like Royal Mail a lot.
What brought you over to the UK?
I come here for for my PhD degree, and I never think I will settle and stay here. And I just accidentally get married, so that's good.
Just whoops, I'm married.
I'm married, so that is why I stay here.
Her original plan was to have the postbox built into their home as a letterbox, but that would mean putting a huge hole in the wall. And after 10 years of marriage, it remains untouched. Our odd sock wearing mechanic Titch is the first remaker to offer Charu a solution.
So my idea is to create you a date night drinks cabinet for you and your husband. What I'd like to do is line out inside, and we'll do it traditionally Taiwanese. So you have the fusion, you use the typically British outer with a Taiwanese interior. Then put inside it bottles of wine, so you'll get 3 bottles of wine. This is the benefit of this idea. Think about this. I would love to put something in the top here, which will tip it out, and you can deliver something out of the letterbox.
What do you make of that design?
I think the drinks bottle, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
And you can still use in the postbox.
Still using it as a postbox,
Yeah, that's
and it will
quite-
deliver something out to you instead of you delivering it to it.
Yeah, that's...
Now, I'll keep that a surprise for you, something that I will deliver out to you.
Oh.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
Next to pitch is metalworker and sculptor Lee.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to actually completely destruct the whole thing and make it into a wall-mounted piece of artwork with a light behind it. I'd love to keep some of the features on the front, like the lettering. So it's going to be like a big disc that concaves out from the wall. And when the lights turn on the outside, you get all the lovely patterns that would go up.
So it's like a mosaic
Yeah,
with a light behind it. How do you feel about that?
It's definitely not something I would ever think of. It's really artistic, just so imaginative. I think just like, how did you come up with this?
Well, the decision of the transformation is all down to you. So would you like to go with Titch or Lee? I love the suspense. I love the suspense.
I think in this occasion I will go for Titch.
Whoa, back of the net.
Wow, okay, what swayed it for you?
I think because it does have some sentimental value to me.
Yeah.
And I find that I probably will find it a little bit hard to see it in pieces. I think the drink box for a couple, I think it's really nice, and it just feel like really tie in with the memory of the wedding.
Brilliant. I'm happy with that.
Get you next time.
Titch wastes no time in getting started on the part of the transformation Charu was most intrigued about, the mechanism that will deliver her a surprise.
Now, traditionally, a postbox would take deliveries and you'd put your letters in, but I'm going to reverse that and I'm going to create a little platform that will deliver things out of the postbox. So what I'll do is, I've created a little template here. I'm going to cut a piece of steel that'll go in the back, and when it's lifted, it will deliver a coaster out, he says, which I'm going to demo using a biscuit. So you'll have your coasters inside, this will be lifted up, and it will deliver you a coaster. Nice.
Titch is going to cut 4mm thick steel sheets to create the shelving mechanism.
So this will give me a nice square edge, and I scribe it on there using a scriber rather than drawing it on. It just means it's a little bit more permanent on the steel.
Now he has his rough shape cut out, it's time to move on to another piece of kit.
Now this guillotine is super old school, but a really, really effective bit of kit, and it just bites through metal quite easily. It makes life so much easier when I'm working with this stuff. It's not the biggest of welding jobs, however, I've got to really make sure that I keep the threads free because the nuts need to go in there, and that will be my pivot. If I get the weld into the thread, I'm scuppered. I scored it along here with the grinder, so it bends exactly where I want it to. Just slip it into the vise with a little bit of persuasion, like so. You get a nice little bend on it. So that's the back of your shelf. This is the front. This is actually where the letterbox is. It'll be lifted up like so and tipping it out.
Are you using my tools? What, to do this?
What, you mean the item that I won and you lost?
Yeah, that one. Are you doing that in my workshop with my tools?
With your pull? Yeah, I am doing it with your tools, mate. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together.
In another corner of the workshop, woodworker Shelley is searching for a bit of divine inspiration as she contemplates what to do with this beautiful church pew.
It's been sat outside because there's some little bits of rotten wood on the base of the feet on either side, but the rest of it's in pretty good nick.
The bench belongs to Alan and Yvette. It was a gift from her mother and came from the church they were married in.
We've had it in our possession probably about 20 odd years. It hasn't really been used, and it's sort of sat there with a big question mark over it. What do we do with it?
It seems such a shame to throw it away, and we just wanted to do something with it, but we weren't quite sure what.
And the one thing we didn't want to do is get rid of it because of the sentimental value of it.
Alan and Yvette would still like the bench to take pride of place in their garden. Lucky for them, expert woodcrafter Shelley has just the idea.
I'm going to make it into a purring seat, like a love seat. It kind of connects back to them getting married and stuff, and they can think about that when they start having a glass of wine or the cup of tea in the afternoon. In the back of the pew, I'll put planters, some herb planters, so they'll get like the smell of the herbs as well while they sat on the decking in the garden.
It sounds like the perfect transformation. But before Shelley gets her saw out, she needs to make sure everything measures up.
I'm just going to measure the centre of the pew so that I can find the line where I'm going to cut so that each side will be the same length when I make the new chair. That's 185, so that's 92.5. Big brother will be proud of me doing my maths on the telly. He's a maths teacher.
To make one perfectly measured pew into a double seat, it has to be cut cleanly in two.
This is called a plunge saw. You can set the depth on it. So I've got it set as far as it'll go. So it should cut right through up until about this line here.
The shape of the pew means that more than one saw is needed to complete the cut.
The next saw I'm using is called a reciprocating saw. It's like one of the old carving knives you used to get.
Shelley's got her two seats, but they need two new sides. She's going to make them from reclaimed scaffolding boards.
I'll paint them so that they both match, so that each end of the pew is like a greeny colour to go with the garden, and the little table in the middle, the little triangular table, will be the same colour as well, and also made out of the scaffolding boards.
Shelley's tracing the shape of the original pew. Using that as her template, she can create the new sides.
So that's one side cut. Let's just see. And it looks pretty good, actually. It looks quite a good match to the one on this side, the original one. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that.
There are transformations happening all over the workshop. Earlier, Kay brought in a Wingback armchair that belonged to her granddad.
It's the chair where you sit when there's nowhere else to sit.
OK. Upholsterer Alex plans to transform it into a stylish Ottoman.
It's really good, solid hardwood in there.
And now that the legs have been painted, he's turning his expertise to the padding.
This is the foam for the top of the seat. When we're putting this on, we've just got to be really accurate with our cutting. So what I've been setting up here is a way of trying to make sure I've got a straight edge. Now, this trusty bread carving knife is actually a fantastic solution. There are specialist tools for cutting foam, whereas this is a really nice, simple, effective and accessible solution. So we can see there, it's given a nice clean cut to the foam.
Alex can now turn his attention to covering the Ottoman in a one-of-a-kind fabric.
I've designed something really bespoke for Kay. I've taken three key elements of the history of her family and brought them together almost in a heraldic kind of pattern. The clover leaf representing the Irish heritage of her father. We have the red Tudor rose representing Lancashire, and specifically we have the worker bee, which represents Kay's relationship with Manchester. This pulls together beautifully in this small circular pattern, which I've produced a half-drop repeat, so it steps its way through the fabric.
All that remains is for Alex to sew the fabric together and cover the Ottoman.
So what I've got to try and do is get it to line up in a way that doesn't put seams in obvious places. Upholsterers are notorious for being generally pretty dogmatic about delivering perfection.
Kay's back at the workshop, no doubt eager to see what's become of her Wingback chair. Hello, Kay.
Hi there.
How you doing?
I'm fine. A little bit nervous.
Oh, to be expected. Alex, please reveal to us what you've done with Kay's granddad's chair.
I don't have any tissues. The shape is amazing and love the material. And you've kept those gorgeous legs, like I said, because the legs were my favourite bit.
This once worn-out chair has been remade into a unique Ottoman, complete with a specially made fabric that reflects Kay's family roots.
Oh yeah, a little hidey hole there. Can I have a sit?
It's there for sitting.
Perfect. Somewhere to sit rather than somewhere you had to sit. Yeah. And it feels really nice as well. The material is gorgeous. Yeah, I love it.
Alex, I've never seen fabric like that before.
It was designed specifically for Kay to celebrate her family and the history of her grandfather. So I pulled together the elements of the Irish connection with the clover leaf, and of course the celebration of how you said you feel 100% Mancunian with the symbol of the worker bee.
So you've got your own custom-made family fabric?
Yeah, definitely. Bespoke.
Indeed.
It's just a lovely piece of furniture you've made. But the pièce de résistance, definitely their family emblem there you've made.
That is your unique piece.
Yeah.
Will it stay in the family for another 50 years?
Definitely. We'll all be fighting over it, won't we?
I hope so.
You don't want to get up, do you?
I know. It's comfier than that chair. Thank you, Alex.
Magazine, good.
I was nervous going in, but the material, the design is amazing, and everyone can get the beauty out of using it now, so it'll be definitely loved.
Next up in the workshop, Chinello has a beautiful piece of Jamaican fabric to work with.
OK, this looks very similar to something I know of.
Really? What's that?
This is very similar to fabric that we would wear in the Igbo culture of Nigeria for weddings and, like, ceremonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the plaid print, and I know in Jamaica they would use this to maybe make bandanas and wrap their hair up. The fabric belongs to Ava and was a gift from her mum on her first trip to England.
And she came to England when my son was born. And it was important because, one, it's my mom's, two, it's our national fabric. So that is very sentimental for me. And it smells of my mom still because I haven't washed it. It is important to have a bit of Jamaica in my home because, after all, I'm Jamaican, it's in my DNA. And I live far, and, you know, I think having your culture around you sometimes comforts you, and the fabric, among other things I have, just sometimes give that sense of it's okay because you have a piece of your island with you. And England is cold and dreary, so have a bit of sunshine in my house is excellent.
The fabric's been in Ava's wardrobe for years. But now she wants her cultural heritage on display so she can enjoy it.
So the fabric is very important to our culture. It is used in a lot of our celebrations, whether it's Independence, you know, Heroes Day. It is really that national fabric that represents who we are as a people, and I'm excited to be part of that fabric. I'd love it to be transformed into something that I can use in my everyday life, but something that I can pass down to my children. So something that's gonna have longevity in the home. I don't want any of the fabric to be wasted. It came 6,000 miles across the ocean. Let's not waste it.
So the pressure's on, but I'm sure top designer Chinello can come up with something spectacular.
So in my head, I want it to be a timepiece. I'm thinking I want the fabric to definitely be the star of the show, so I want that to be the face of the clock. But I'm also wanting to draw, like, elements of things that make me think of Jamaica, like, you know, the sun, that nature, maybe like a nice piece of wood that would represent somehow palm trees and some spokes coming out to represent the sunshine, and then the face of the clock mounted on that.
Oh, I love that. So it looks like a big sunshine.
Exactly.
And the fabric is the centre stage.
Yes.
Of the remake.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to stiffen this fabric somehow. I've never done that before. So this is going to be interesting. So, in fact, I've never done none of this before. So this is gonna be quite interesting. I'm really looking forward to this make because I think this is going to be, it's gonna be quite special when it's done and different.
Okay. I think she'll really like this.
I hope she does.
Yeah. Well, time is of the essence.
Well, indeed it is.
So I'll let you get on. I'll leave this here. It's a brilliant idea, so it's straight to work. Chinello's creating the clock face by cutting circular pieces from the fabric.
So I'm using my tape measure as a compass to create my circle. So I folded my fabric into 4 places, and I'm holding the corner of my tape, the head of the tape, at the corner of the folds, and I'm pivoting the tape and marking at intervals to create the shape of my circle.
This fabric means so much to Ava. It's no wonder Chinello's feeling a bit of pressure.
I don't know why I'm feeling nervous cutting into this. I never feel nervous when I'm cutting into fabric.
Now she's cut out all her pieces of fabric, she sets about shaping the clock face.
Stiffening this fabric to make it the actual face of the clock.
With PVA glue.
Because I want to harden the fabric, I want to make it rock hard. So almost like a plaster of Paris effect, actually. So I'm just creating enough layers, and I didn't want to do that all in the Jamaican fabric because then I'll end up using more fabric than I need to.
To make the clock face concave, Chinello builds up layers of fabric in a bowl.
It's giving me this rippled effect around the outside of the shape of the clock face, and I really like that. So I'm evening out that ruffling that it's giving me around the edges, just so it looks nice and even and perfect.
Over at the workbench, Titch is grafting hard, converting a replica postbox brought in by Charu.
I think the drink box is just feel like really tie in with the memory of the wedding.
He plans to transform it into a drinks cabinet with a twist.
And it will deliver you a coaster. Nice.
Which he's now working on, creating the metal mechanism that will act as a lever.
So I've got to a stage now, I've made my lifting plate that's going to dispense the coasters from. So what I need to do now is put it inside there. Yeah, it actually fits really, really snugly.
The lever will be formed using a metal rod that will go through the top of the postbox.
You can hear that sort of metallic scrape as it goes up. And I'm going to get rid of that by putting in a little rubber grommet. This will go in the hole and the rod will slide in it. But I'll do that now. Let's see how we get on. Put the rod in like this. Oh, and there she is. Silences that down. It'll be a great little action, and that'll be fantastic for dispensing those little coasters from.
Now Titch can work on the rod mechanism, adding a knob to it in a process known as sweat soldering.
Getting some heat in, this will hold heat for a while. That's really, getting really hot now. So now I've got, as quick as I can, go get the rod from the freezer. Okay, so this is the rod. It's been in the freezer for now 2 hours. Now I need to get it into the vise. So this is now contracted. It's really cold and gone as small as it can be. I've got to heat the knob so it expands. This means it'll get really, really big. So I've got one that's big and one that's small. When I put them together, one will contract around the other and it will tighten up around it. And once it's gone together, there's no way you're going to get them apart. And that's really why you call it sweating. I'm going to use this nylon hammer because it won't damage the steel, OK?
With a gentle bit of persuasion, the elements come together perfectly.
Brilliant.
Titch's next job is to create a frame he can mount the postbox on.
The thing is, I need to, because it's such a long length, it's trying to bend down. So I need to try and make sure that I get it in flat into the vise, so I cut it straight through.
The box is heavy, so the frame needs to be robust. 12 steel bars welded together.
So I'm just building the first rectangle. This is what the postbox will in fact sit on. So this is the top. So the magnets will hold it at 45 degrees. Welding can give off some toxic fumes. This is an extractor, so it pushes air in, pushes those toxic fumes out. So it allows me to have fresh air. Okay, that's a good solid base for the postbox. Happy with that? That'll do.
Shelley's been working hard, turning an old church pew into a beautiful garden love seat.
It's going really well, this build. I'm pleased with them. They've got the end panels on, the new legs. They're both two new seats now, and they both work. This is the first time I've sat on them, so I hope they both work. They're not screwed together, but yeah, good. Hey, 2 new seats.
Shelley's ready to get painting. She's already applied the perfect primer.
This primer is really good for outdoors. You can put it on any surface pretty much. You could put it on metal and it would work. It stops any damp coming through. It's like a damp seal as well as a primer, so that's the first coat of that, so that if there is any residual water left in the end of the pews from before I brought it inside, then that'll stop it coming out.
There's still a bit to do, but Shelley's happy with the project so far.
I hope that Alan and Yvette like what I've done with it, because it'll be a nice reminder for them of the wedding day, and they'll be able to sit on it in the summertime and remember that special day.
Alan and Yvette last saw their pew when it was looking a little worse for wear. They're in for a lovely surprise.
Hello, Shelley.
Hi, Yvette.
Hi, Shelley.
How are you? Hi, Alan.
What's it been like to work on the pew?
Really good, yeah. But I've enjoyed it. It's been a nice project to work on. I hope you like the idea of what I've turned them into because of the history of where they come from. Would you like to see them now?
I would love to.
We would love to see.
Okay, then.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
Oh, my goodness.
That's lovely. That's lovely. That's wonderful.
That's fantastic.
Because these were the church where you got married in,
Yes.
I thought I would make them into a purring seat or a love seat,
Yeah.
so that you can
That's nice.
just remember it each time you sit down in your garden, on your decking. And there's a little hole for a parasol as well. You probably need
fantastic.
it for winter time when you sat outside in the rain these days.
It's never looked that good for a long time, has it?
Hasn't no.
If you walk round this way, I'll show you. It's a little surprise at the back for you.
Oh, look.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's great. I love that idea. Just sit in the garden.
Yeah. Yeah, all we need now is the good weather to go with
Yes,
it.
yeah,
Parasol, glass of wine.
exactly.
Amen to that.
I think everything that we hope for is there. It looks like it used to be a church pew. We didn't expect it to be something we can still sit in, which is even better. And the fact that it's got the plant stands at the back is another great point.
It's a bonus.
Yes, it's a bonus, yeah.
Chinello's transforming traditional Jamaican fabric into a statement clock. She's used the material to create the clock face, but now she's working with wood to bring a tropical island feel to her design.
I've never done anything like this before, so this is definitely a first for me. So I'm hoping it goes really well. I think it will go well. I think it'll look beautiful when it's done. Definitely well out of my comfort zone. So these wooden doweling pieces are going to form the sun ray effect on the clock. So this is going directly behind the face of the clock, which is then mounted onto the wooden piece. Even though I'm trying to create a sun feel, a sun effect, so usually I'd go with a gold tone for something like that, but that wouldn't work very well with this fabric, so that's why I've gone with this silver metallic colour.
Ava was insistent none of the fabric went to waste. So with the leftover material, Chinello's decided to make some bespoke cushions.
I just thought it would be nice to tie it into the rest of the decor of the house somehow. And cushions is always a good way to do that. So this is one cushion done, ready to be stuffed. I've really got to do this with my daughter. She'd love this. I'm really enjoying this. I like a very fat cushion. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. I am getting, this is the actual cushion cover now that I'm making from the fabric. First of all, I'm going to put this trimming all around both circles, around the edges of both circles, with the tassels facing inwards, so when it's sewn, they will then flip outwards. It's the moment of truth. Nice cushion, isn't it?
Ava's arrived at the workshop to see what's become of her beloved national fabric gifted by her mother.
Ava.
Welcome to the workshop.
Hey!
Chinello.
Hi, Ava.
Oh my God. I absolutely love this.
You do?
Yes.
Great.
This is really pretty.
Oh.
This is so pretty. This is really pretty.
Oh.
I love this a lot because I love the wood, the sunshine. Oh my God, that's the sunshine.
Wow.
Yes.
You actually got the reference.
I'm like, this is the sunshine.
I think I love the fact that it captures Jamaica, the wood. I love wood. I really, really love it. It's something that I can put out and use now. My kids will enjoy. This goes beyond what I was expecting, so yeah.
But I wanted it to represent your heritage in some way, you know, and for some reason, the idea of a clock came to mind.
I know it was really important for us to get this right. You had such...
Yeah.
Because this fabric means so much to you, doesn't it?
It does. It has two sets of representation. So it's my mom, who I don't get to spend enough time with, and it's my culture. So that's very important for me.
Are you happy that you brought this fabric in?
I am. I was nervous. It was like, I'm on a blind date with Chinello, you know. But girl, we're a match. So.
Well, there's lots of love in the workshop today for Chinello and her incredible transformation. Titch is working on the final transformation of the day, converting a replica postbox into a special drinks cabinet. All the metalwork is done, which means it's down to the more decorative features.
Here's me, a motorcycle builder, dealing with nice, delicate fabric.
How's the fabric work going, Titch? You got that bandana made yet for your hog?
Do you know what? I might knock you one up, mate, out of this. I wash my hands especially to do... Yeah, there's a little bit of muck on there.
I bet they're still not clean enough.
I know, mate, look at the state of them.
Titch has plans for the lining of the cabinet, using a yoga mat covered in Taiwanese-inspired fabric.
So these squares I'm cutting now, I'm going to glue to these templates, and then they're going to line the inside of the postbox. So it will be nice and plush in there, and when you put wine bottles and glasses in, they don't chink around, because if I put something quite hard in there, they would clatter against the sides. Luckily for me, I've got a fair bit of fabric spare. So if this doesn't work, for some unknown reason, I've got a bit of a reserve. Okay, right, plan. Spray yoga mat with glue, stick yoga mat to piece of material. I'm going to use this as a sort of, oh, hang on, my table's a bit wobbly. As a squidging device.
Interesting technique, Titch, but it seems to have worked.
Do you reckon?
It's come out all right, that, mate, hasn't it?
Look at that.
For the surprise that the postbox will deliver, there's some more delicate work to be done.
I've got here pictures of Charu's wedding day. I've cut them out and I'm just sticking them to these tiles. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pour casting resin over the top and it'll seal them in. I'll then put a nice little bit of felt on the back and then make brilliant little coasters for the drinks cabinet. I want to get these nice and central.
Titch seals each coaster with clear casting resin, which will keep Charu's wedding pictures looking pristine.
Just going to spread this around so it covers the whole tile. I've put a fair bit on each one. And there's going to be some spillage coming off. Come on, fill that hole in. Fill the hole in. Once I've spread the resin out, these will level themselves off. And there we have it, one mess and 4 coasters covered in resin, as well as everything else. And me.
Despite the sticky fingers, these are some cool-looking coasters. Charu is back at the workshop to see what's become of her postbox.
Hi.
Hey, Charu.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
Nice to have you back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You left us with your postbox from your wedding day.
Yes.
You really enjoyed working on it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great. It was great to do. And I was really pleased with it, the way it came out. And I think, hopefully, you'll be quite happy with it. So, are you quite keen to have a look?
Yes, please.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ta-da!
Oh.
Now, it looks like a postbox on legs,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Exactly, but there are a few subtle differences. Would you like to have a look inside?
Right, yes.
Go for it.
Oh, wow. That's so pretty. It smells nice as well.
It smells nice.
What does it smell of, Charu?
Like floral.
Does it?
I think so.
There we go. Little touches like that, Sabrina. Makes all the difference. Now, would you like to try the mechanism?
Yes.
So all you get hold of the handle and you pull it straight upright. But I would put your hand in front of the letterbox because it's going to deliver something to you. Pull it up. Oh, there you go. All the way up.
Oh my God.
And this time it delivers to you.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, thank you. That's so pretty. Thank you.
How you feeling? Do you like it?
I like it. It's so clever.
So you have a lovely date night postbox.
And our anniversary is coming around the corner very soon, in 2 weeks.
So that's super appropriate.
It is.
Perfect timing.
And we don't even need to go out to buy the drinks.
When you have your first date night, what will you put in the postbox?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. A precious wedding day memento, now part of their daily married life. Date nights delivered.
I think Titch done a great job transform the postbox, and it really in keeping with the wedding, have the romantic feel to it. It's great.